Education in southeastern Albania is facing one of the biggest crises of recent years. On the eve of the new school year, preliminary data shows a dramatic drop in the number of students. This year alone, compared to the previous year, there are 3,726 fewer children in schools. This represents a decrease of 23 to 24%, a figure that experts consider alarming. This major decline not only affects statistics, but also endangers the functionality of schools, teachers, and ultimately the future of hundreds of families in cities and villages. If today we are talking about numbers, tomorrow this situation is expected to translate into class and school closures and even teacher layoffs. Artur Romano, vice chairman of the teachers union in Korça, states that this is an unusual situation and a wake-up call for everyone. This school year is not an ordinary one, as the Regional Education Directorates, or DRAP-ZVAP of Korça, face a major challenge with the decrease in the number of students. This year, although the numbers are not yet finalized, the drop is drastic, 23–24% lower. This drastic decline is an alarm bell that should concern us all. The decrease in the number of students is also accompanied by a reduction in the number of teachers. It is a big challenge for ZVAP Korça, whom I want to thank because they have been very cooperative in not leaving any teacher unemployed. If there are teachers who are left without a teaching load, the impossible will be done to place them either as assistant teachers or in other ways. The projections for the future are even more alarming. According to a union study, by the years 2031, 2032, and beyond, the whole of Korça, along with the villages, might be left with only 120 children. There might only be 2 schools left in the city. This drastic decrease is catastrophic. The most affected are the rural areas, where many schools are at risk of closing due to the low number of students. The school in the village of Belorta, with only 81 children, is on the verge of losing its leadership and will have to depend on another, larger school. The school in Dishnitsa, as well as the Esdrani school in the city of Korça, are also at risk. The Neumvikharchi school has also experienced a significant decline, while the position of vice director at the Demokratia school has been eliminated. The villages are experiencing a very large decline. There are several schools whose directorates are at risk of being closed, with the required number dropping below 80 students, like the school in the village of Belorta, which has 81 students. If the school's directorate is removed, this school will depend on another school with a larger number of students. The schools in Belorta, the village of Dishnitsa, and the Esdrani school in the city of Korça are at risk. There is also a big decline at the Neumvikharchi school, but it is not facing closure, while at the Demokratia school, the position of the school's vice director was reduced. The decrease in the number of students is becoming the biggest challenge for education in the southeast. Schools are emptying, teachers are facing uncertainty, and the projections for the future are even more alarming. If emigration, falling birth rates, and the abandonment of villages continue at this pace, Korça and the entire region risk being left with very few children, and consequently only a few functional schools within a few years. A grim reality that affects not only education, but the future of the entire community.